Yo, YouTube, what is going on? What is going on? Dino Bam Bam here with the 10-7 MMA. Happy to be back in your lives with another pre-show, pre-stream. I don't know what we're calling these things, but we've been having a blast doing these for the past couple of weeks, and we're going to keep this trend going. So 2 hours before the start of every card for now, right? We might make it 2 hours for pay-per-views, maybe an hour for these fight nights, because a lot of times there's not too much to talk about. And for whatever reason, the hype's been pretty damn dead around this card. But either way, man, Sean Strickland versus Fluffy Hernandez should be an absolute banger. Couple people in the chat, Octagon Guy, what up? Vex, what up, brother? We are here. Nice to see you guys. So on today's little stream, DS will be joining us in about 20 minutes or so, he says. And then I sent out an invite to Harry from Pro Schmo Bets. He'll be coming in shortly. Invites were sent to MMA Toad, to Dana Black, to No Bromo. We'll see. We'll see who shows up. It's always a surprise, you know, when these people show up. So we're going to have some fun today. Octagon Guy, what up? Remember my Jacoby call and your Mario round 2 call? I do. What's funny about that is I was watching that pre-stream like later on that night, right? We got off right before the card started, and I went back to watch the pre-stream just to see like kind of how it went from an outside perspective. And I was like, oh, shit, this guy called it. And then I think you commented on one of those videos. You commented on that video, I think. You were like, what's up, Harry? I got that shit right. So it is what it is. Good call, brother. Did you do your research on the Hughes thing? If you were, I don't know if you remember, but we were talking about what Hughes thing. I'm sorry. Remind me real quick. An Octagon Guy says W. Yeah, good calls on that card, man. We have been over 70%. I know we say this shit all the time. We've been over 70%. Over the course of the last 2 years, 70% in each year, obviously 70% combined. But we started really bad on that first card of the year. We had a decent card for the Volkanovski pay-per-view and the last fight night. We're trying to catch up in the Creator Challenge, so we'll see what's good. You're the man. Thank you. I was so hyped. I called it. Hey, you called it, bro. And you were talking shit to Harry, so Harry knows that you called it too. Holy shit, my phone is blowing up right now. Who's Donald? My name's Dino. All right, DS just got the link, guys. So DS will probably be joining us before Harry does. No response from him yet. It is what it is. We're here to have a good time. What do you guys want to talk about? Him torturing baby pigs, being a pedo, etc. Oh, yeah. I did not. But thank you for reminding me. I'm going to write that down in my notes real quick. I remember that conversation. 1 second. Matt Hughes, right? That's who we're talking about. Do you know the name of the book? I'm sure I could just Google it, but Matt Hughes. All right. Wrote that down. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, hell yeah. That was crazy. All right, what do you guys think about this card? Who do you guys got? Main event. I know a lot of people, like Fluffy Hernandez is a big favorite, right? Which, to me, like, I get why he's the favorite. He's coming off of a dominating win. Sean Strickland's been out of the cage for over a year. But, like, I feel like minus 300, minus 280 is a lot, no? Yeah, he wrote it in his autobiography. Yeah, I know. I remember that. So I just wrote it down. I wrote Matt Hughes' autobiography. You're picking Sean Strickland. Okay, what's your method? I'm assuming decision. I've seen some people saying knockout. Here's what's weird to me though, right? So the odds are Fluffy Hernandez, right? And I know the casinos make the odds that way so they can get betting action on both sides. So that's cool. But when you go to Tapology, it's overwhelmingly Fluffy Hernandez. You go and watch all these like YouTube people, and it's overwhelmingly Fluffy Hernandez. But then I'm hearing like a lot of like people in the know that are picking Sean Strickland. Me and Diaz are both picking Sean Strickland. So it is what it is. And we'll get into that fight and the breakdown on why. But it's just like, I just feel like people's money isn't where their mouth is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, honestly, I was so confident, but I have nothing for this card. I need help. Well, don't trip. DS will be here soon. Harry will be here soon. We can go through the whole damn card. Harry just texted me and said he is hopping on. I'm excited, my boys. I'm excited. I'm picking Strickland either via a sub or decision, leading 80% decision. A sub is kind of crazy, but I feel you, right? Like Anthony Hernandez is obviously he's a grappler. He's a submission threat. People talk about Anthony Hernandez's cardio, and I don't want to get into it too much before we actually get into it. But a lot of people say that Anthony Hernandez is like this dominating grappler. They compare him to Merab, right? And obviously he's more of a finisher than Merab is. I know Merab had the O'Malley finish last year, but I don't like that comparison, man. Like what Merab is doing is, like Merab wasn't getting tired in rounds 4 and 5. His opponents were exhausted. He was gassing them out, and he had no type of gas problems, like none at all. Anthony Hernandez, he had his best performance last time out. And yes, it looked Merab-esque, but they were kind of putting that on him beforehand. Like, I don't see that. His level of competition is not the level of competition that Merab faced. So I don't love that. And Fluffy has a weak body, in my opinion. The teeps will add up. Exactly, right? The Kevin Holland knockout, right? He'd need him to the body or some shit, put him out with a body shot. So imagine Sean Strickland putting on a heavier pace than Kevin Holland did for 5 rounds, nonstop teeping, nonstop body shots. Like, Sean Strickland rips, man. I know he doesn't get like too much credit for being a powerful guy. He's got decent power. The Abus Magomedov knockout, the Brendan Allen knockout, like, he's got it. Ice Valley in the chat. What up? How many hours till the first fight? Right now we are at 1 hour and 45 minutes until the card starts. I'm assuming it'll be like another 10, 15 minutes after that for the first fight, but should be a good card, man. I'm glad we're getting a fight night outside of the Apex. And again, we're going to get into the fights here shortly as soon as these guys get in. Any fights you guys are interested in besides the main event? Like, it's a decent card. I think the co-main's kind of weak. Overall, the main card's not that good. I like the prelims more than the main card, to be honest with you. That's just me personally, though. By the way, another thing we got to talk about, and I wish these guys would hurry up, is this whole Khamzat Chimaev versus Jiri Prochazka nonsense that's going on, right? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy if true. Vex says Zach Reese versus Michelle Pereira. Who you got in what way? Interesting fight, man. Look, there was a time last year or maybe a little longer than that. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but Michelle Pereira was on an absolute roll, right? Like, he was tearing through everybody. He looked like the division's dark horse. And then all of a sudden kind of went on like a little shitty streak. But God, last time out is so tough to like overcome as a viewer, right? As a fan, like, he got absolutely exposed by Dawkins, knocked out by Dawkins, which was crazy. I feel like nobody was expecting a first round knockout. That was really bad. He's a much better fighter than Zach Reese. He has more skills, more talent everywhere. I normally don't pick based off of hunch, but I have a hunch that Zach Reese is going to win this fight. That's why I picked him. Diaz said the same thing, which I hate, right? Again, I hate picking hunch-based, but I just feel like Michelle Pereira you can't count on him, man. He's so unreliable. The cardio is always in a weird spot, even though he stopped doing all the flippy shit. He stopped doing all the capoeira stuff and all that. Like, his cardio seems worse somehow. And Zach Reese, for what it's worth, even though he's not that good, he is very powerful. He is very dangerous. So I think Zach Reese, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think I'm going to be betting any money on that. What's his name? Feet Sandif 12. Sean gets his hand raised. I agree, man. I'm going Sean Strickland in the main event for sure. I think people are giving Fluffy too much credit. You beat Roman Dolidze. Yes, you beat the dog shit out of him. Yes, you embarrassed him. Yes, it was a beautiful performance, one of the most impressive performances of last year, but it's fucking Roman Dolidze. Sean Strickland, say what you will. Yes, he got his ass beat last time by DDP, got his nose broken. He won the fight before that. I don't care what anybody says. He beat DDP the first time. Look at DDP's face, right? It was beat to shit. He beat Israel Adesanya before that, has a win over Nasruddin Imavov. The strength of schedule is not even close. Fluffy Hernandez's best win, or wins, I guess, are Brendan Allen. Sean Strickland beat Brendan Allen, right? So I'm going Strickland. I got a parlay on that shit, so I'm scavenging for opinions. Well, if Harry would get his ass on here, then we can get some betting opinions from our expert. It's Ramadan till March 16. No way Khamzat will fight in April. That's what I'm saying, right? And I don't want to be like a Khamzat hater. It's hard enough to get Khamzat Chimaev to agree to a fight 3-4 months from now. He's not fighting in April. There's no way he's just doing like a short notice 205. I'll leave my belt on short notice during Ramadan and get into a camp to fight Jiri Prochazka. Phil Rowe and Jean-Paul Lebosniani. I feel like JPL is obvious, but I can't lay 230. I agree. Phil Rowe, I love Phil Rowe. You know, we're good friends here with Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson and Phil Rowe are like this. They're really good friends, so I'm always rooting for Phil Rowe. He's a great dude. He's just like, I can't count on him. And then having a newcomer that I don't think is that good in JPL, 230 is like too much. I'm still picking Jean-Paul Lebosniani, but 230 is way too much in terms of betting. Michelle of himself, Pereira. I like that. I like that. You get a little star. I don't know if that does anything on what you guys are seeing, but I liked it. Okay. I need Zach Reese I need a Zach Reese finish and an Ante Delia KO for my parlay to hit. That's interesting, right? So when we were doing the full card breakdown, me and DS, I wanted to go with Sergey Spivak, right? We ended up ultimately picking Ante Delia, but there was a long time there. If you're like an MMA fan that doesn't just watch the UFC, you watch these other promotions like, you know, PFL and even some of the smaller ones, but like PFL is like a guarantee for me, right? I'll watch a lot of LFA. I'll watch a lot of CFFC, Cage Warriors, which is on right now, by the way. I'll watch that, but PFL is a guarantee. So I've been watching the PFL and World Series of Fighting for a long time. You would see these heavyweights, and this was a guy that was consistently in the finals for the tournament. It's like these guys are trash, right? Like it was him, a couple of the Team Fedor guys, and if you exclude Vadim Nemkov, who was a 205er really and fought at Bellator, so he doesn't really apply to this. But if some of those guys, man, those heavyweights were all terrible, like Shoeface and all these guys. Like I would think that at that time, I would constantly think if these guys come to the UFC, they're getting beat by all the top 10 guys. Your Marcin Tybura's, your Sergey Spivaks. Well, Ante Delia came in, and I thought he was going to lose to Marcin Tybura. He beat him. He almost beat Salsa Boy. So, again, I really wanted to pick Sergey Spivak, but we ended up picking Ante Delia. Point of this whole goddamn story in our creators pick challenge thing that we're in, where it's like 18, 20 creators that do picks, and it's a competition. Every single person picked Ante Delia, which to me is kind of crazy because he's not that good, guys. Like Sergey Spivak can beat him. But yes, Ante Delia KO'd. That's what I'm going with. Long-winded ass way of saying that. I just don't think he's that good, guys. I don't think any heavyweights are that good. I'll be honest with you. There's like 4 good ones in the world, and then there's like 3 that are decent. Vex says, I watch Octagon because I'm Czech. Jiri Prohaska, baby. Let's go for that. I have actually been to their last event in person. My reason for picking Delia is because Spivak has most of his losses by KO, and Delia is pretty good. Ante Delia is pretty good, right? My point is with heavyweights, like I feel like just none of them are actually that good. There's like 4 or 5 of them. And ladies and gentlemen, hold up. Teron Brown, what up, champ? How are you, brother? What's going on? Look who has decided to join us. Harry from Proshmo Bets. Harry, how's it going?
Let's go. How you doing, boss? How's everything,
brother? I think you're muted.
Unbelievable. There's no way
I'm muted. Figure it out, Harry.
No way I'm muted.
Can't hear
no
anything.
way.
Can't hear anything.
It's you.
I can't hear you.
Ask the people. Ask the people.
Can you guys hear him? He's asking me to ask you guys.
Ask the people if they could hear me.
Octagon guy says, "Hey, Vex says, what up, Harry? Vex, can you hear Harry?" I muted Harry? I didn't mute Harry.
You see, they can hear me. I told you. Ask Harry, the people.
Hold up. I'll pull up YouTube. Harry.
Ask the people. What's up, brother?
No. Okay, you're right. I know. That's my fault. I muted Harry. That was really stupid. Harry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, brother. How you doing?
I can hear you now. Shout out Drew in the chat. That's my boy. This is like a personal friend of mine, Harry, and he says Harry greater than Dino. You know, like, come on, man. That's a personal homie, and he's saying that.
He could hear it. He could hear it.
I could hear you too, brother. Khamzat Jiri was so out of left field. I don't think it's happening, Teron Brown. I think that's bullshit, man. I might be wrong in the chat. Says I would avoid the Zach Reese and Michel Pereira fight. It's too unpredictable, to be honest. Reese is okay at best, and Pereira is good, but I don't know where Pereira's head is at. Octagon guy says, Harry, you're looking fresh today. And my boy Zach in the chat. All right, Harry, let's talk about a couple of things, bro. You know why we got you on here selfishly. Of course, we love to talk to you. But what we like more, Harry, is making money.
How about the insider? We open up with that. Okay, how many viewers you got? How many viewers? We got insider information. We got a metric from the casino. I can't tell you which because I'm going to get sued. Don't forget, I'm trademarked. Everything is formal with proshmobets.com, so I got to be very careful. But how many viewers are there?
Right now, 14, 15, something like that. Here.
Are you guys ready for the insider? 6-0. This is insider information. 6-0. One more time. This is insider information for 10-7 MMA. We are 5-0 in the last 8 months whenever there is a minus 3.5 on the spread for a particular fighter, and he has a plus money on the money line. Plus 110, plus 120, whatever that is. All right. We've seen it with Marvin Vittori. We've seen it recently with Mauricio Rufy. And tonight, Saturday, we're seeing it now with Ramiz Brahimaj.
Okay.
So will it become 6-0 in the last 8 months?
So you're telling me Ramiz Brahimaj will win versus Punahele Soriano tonight?
Minus 3.5 on the spread, and his
Okay.
money line is plus 110.
Yeah. So
That's
Harry,
interesting. The
ju-
only other way he'll lose is
Mhm.
if they're flipping this stat on us, all right? An 8 month trend, strong, bro. It's
Yeah.
a fucking train, all right?
Uh,
Hey, the only way we lose is if they flip it and it's on the whim that Rahimaj is injured. All right. So that would imply why his socials are a bit slow, right? There's not a lot of reels or grids being posted. And so that's the only way, right? And we all know. Other than that, this trend is going, straightforward, bro. We'll see it 6-0, and then we'll see it 7-0 again when it comes up.
So talk to me, Harry. So I don't. So let's say I'm here. I don't understand what the hell Harry's talking about. What any of those numbers mean? How do I make money? Where do I put my money on Ramiz Brahimaj?
You
Is it
can
on the
bet
minus or is it
Brahimaj.
on the money line?
You can bet Brahimaj on the money line, and you can take Punel Soriano at plus 3.5. Because not only are you getting a winner when the casinos are identifying it through the line, but the favorite covers on that spread, meaning Punel Soriano, like Marvin Vittori, right? Like this past thing with Mauricio Rufy, right? We know he wasn't supposed to finish Fiziev, but it would have covered at 3.5. So you can take Punel Soriano at 3.5, and you could take Brahimaj, and they should both cash, right? So we'll see, man. That's 6-0. That's six straight.
So
Meaning
you're
that
so Harry. Sorry to cut you off. So in your mind, the assumption is Ramiz Brahimaj by decision.
correct, which is what plus 600 too. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
I'm saying, bro. I don't hate that because guess whose pick that was? That was my pick, Ramiz Brahimaj by decision. So we'll see. We'll see. I think the me and DS were flip flopping on that one. We ended up with the official 10-7 pick being Puna. He was pretty confident in Puna. He'll be on shortly, Harry. So you can talk to him about that. Tough ass fight. Teron Brown says getting closer to 326. I can't wait. I'm stoked for the main event. And then he says, I kind of figured that that was bullshit with Khamzat and Jiri. Yeah, I think it's bullshit. I talked to somebody in Team Khamzat last night, and maybe he's just hiding it from me. He says, I don't know what the hell's going on. I doubt it, guys. I really doubt it, man. I completely just don't think that's true. I might be wrong. Says Ramiz has been a clutch pick for me. I'm never betting against him after the Billy Ray golf fight. Ramiz Brahimaj last year, Harry, 2-0. Both times cashed as the underdog, by the way. Both times cashed as the underdog. So
Let's go. And now he's on a metric line that has cashed 5 times in the last 8 months. Whenever the UFC and its counterparts with casino partners in FanDuel, DraftKings publish a line, it publishes at 5-0 in the last 8 months. If it cashes with Brahimaj, that makes it 6-0, where he's the underdog and his spread is at minus 3.5 favorite. That usually doesn't happen. You understand, Dino? It's
yeah.
usually if you're a minus 3.5 favorite, your money line is favorite odds.
Harry, you know what's funny is that's something that has stuck with me since you told me that. Because I think while we've been doing this shit together, that's happened maybe 4 or 5 times since we kind of started doing these little shows and these talks online. It's happened 4 or 5 times, and we've made money off it every single time. So I'm down. I'm gonna be betting that for sure tonight. Let's talk about this card, Harry. So that's your if we had a gun to the head, that's your gun to the head.
Oh man, on metrics, yes, right. On the
Okay.
science, correct. On the mathematics, the calculus, standard deviations, yes, 100%. I have to go with that gun to the head, Brahimaj, right?
Mm-hmm.
For sure. If you're asking me for a dog on the card, I'm going Euros Medic.
Okay.
Yeah, Euros Medic, dog
Talk to
on the
me.
card.
Why?
And if you're asking me for the lock, it's the minus 9.5 on Anthony Hernandez at minus 110. Minus 9.5 on the scorecard to win by KO submission or to win by points on the scorecard.
Okay.
So yeah, man, Euros Medic. It's really only because it's no surprise anymore that these fighters are coming in with surgeries, right? Back surgeries, neck surgeries, whatever the case is. You see, they're trying to line up Kayla Harrison now. As if a neck surgery is just a minor invasive surgery, and it's not. Geoff Neal has sustained over six of them in the course of the last 600 days. He's been incredibly inactive, and to say that he's defeating Euros Medic is very far fetched. That I just don't agree with. Euros is well rounded. If he wants to get Geoff Neal down, he will. And don't get me wrong, hands of steel, he can fist fight. But this is not a 25-foot octagon like he had Vicente Luque in. You understand?
Yeah.
That's why he was able to serve him. And his cornermen were shouting, the play-by-play, man, and I thought that was very unfair. I'll give it to him. He did all right with Shavkat, but
Yep.
when I think he sustained something in the vertebrae, there's many. You could Google this, what he's coming off of rehabilitation recently, and absolutely I can't have my money on a favorite like that. Absolutely not. So I have to take the dog. This is not only someone who's talented. Euros is talented, but he's also got the plus money on his name tonight.
Listen to this, Harry. We're gonna get to the chat in a second. Last or a couple of years ago, okay, my boys that are in the chat, Zach and Drew, my personal friends who are glazing you and talking shit to me, these guys, they asked me for a parlay the night that John Jones was fighting Cyril Gane. They were in the mood. They're sometimes betters. You know what I'm saying? They were like, "Yo, Bam, give us a parlay today," and I was like, "What are you looking for? Are you looking for something safe? What are you looking for?" They're like, "We're looking for a fucking Lambo. Give me a Lambo play." So I cooked up, I think it was a 7-leg parlay. Okay. I cooked up a 7-leg parlay that day. I was like, y'all want a Lambo? I'll give you a Lambo. We end up hitting 6 out of 7. The one that lost was Valentina Shevchenko losing to Alexa Grasso in the one of the 2 female title fights I ever missed, Harry. Of course, it's that night when Alexa Grasso catches Valentina Shevchenko. The last leg was John Jones and Cyril Gane. I had Geoff Neal to lose to Shavkat, 3rd round submission. 3rd round submission. It was like the fat play on that card, and that shit hit. It was a really good fight by Geoff Neal.
You should make that metric popular, bro. Your sharp ratio. That's what a one betting strategy is referred to as, sharp ratio. And yours is very high when it comes to title fights and women's title defenses. That's pretty cool, bro, what you got.
That's my shit. Let's get to the chat real quick. First of all, Octagon Guy says, damn, W. Harry. Vex says, finally someone picking Uros Medic. I've been flamed for that so much. He's dangerous, man. He's dangerous. And for what it's worth, Harry, Geoff Neal coming off of like a lot of personal shit. Supposedly this week it came out he was like addicted to coke or something. He's been like clean for like a month or like
Who the fuck
days.
would have known, Dino? Who would have known?
You know what I'm saying? So that's absolutely crazy. Teron Brown says, I know you're rolling with Holloway to run through Charles, aren't you? Is that to you, Harry?
Who said that? Wait, ask him who he's directing that to. That's funny. But I'm Holloway all the way, babe. Let's go.
Holloway all the way. I'm undecided, guys. I'm undecided for now. But you guys know I love Charles Oliveira. I love Max Holloway too. Who doesn't? But we'll see. I thought Kevin Holland was on this card. He's not. That fight's been moved to Miami. That's the thing. Sandeep, why can't I donate? Because we don't have that on right now, brother. That's why. YouTube partner program, some bullshit going on with them, but we'll get it figured out. It's the thought that counts, though. I appreciate you. I might be wrong. I can't pick Medic with a whole heart. He got wobbled bad by Gilbert Urbina, and I think Neal hits harder than Urbina. No matter what, though, it's not going the distance. Someone is getting flatlined, in my opinion. We shall see. I mean, if it's Uros Medic, he's finish or bust, right? Vex says, I got 70% pick rate on Tapology. Is that good? That's fucking really good. That's really good, Vex. That's on some 10-7 shit, bro. Bring this guy every week on the pod. He is legit. They love you, Harry. And if you want, y'all can go check Harry out. He's got his own channel. He's got his own Instagram. He's got his own website. It's at Pro Schmo Bets on Instagram, on YouTube, on everything. And then his Cash App, Harry Balls. $, Harry Balls. I don't know where DS is at, Harry, but he's holding us. Let's go through the card, okay? Just give me some quick insights. We talked about some of the stuff. Anything else you want to throw in? Sean Strickland, Fluffy Hernandez. We'll start from the top and go down.
Oh man, Sean Strickland. He's been on his ass before, it's I get it, man. Listen, if he would have won this fight, it would have had to been with that southpaw Philly shell shit, just like Mauricio Rufy does, right? He brings his arm down so that when he brings his arm down and you're blitzing in with a single leg or you're attempting a double leg, you're blocked, right? That's what Rufi did to Fiziev. He blocked him when he shifted. Strickland is not making those adjustments, bro. Not against Hernandez. It's impossible. You don't understand? The only reason why Rufi got away with it is because Fiziev is not a NCAA guy or anything of that nature. Fluffy's got, a collegiate system around him in his training camp. So you could say the man is up there in that tier. So that's why. So Sean does have potential. People are not wrong. The problem is those adjustments don't just come and matchmaking styles do make fights. That's just a moniker we've heard over and over time again. It's a proverb in this space.
Yeah, look, I disagree, Harry. I'm going Sean Strickland. I just don't think Fluffy Hernandez's takedown game. Because look, Fluffy Hernandez's game is predicated a lot. Again, people have been doing the comparison, and I hate it. They've been comparing him to Merab Dvalishvili and I get it in a way, right? He drowns his opponents, he gets them tired, takes them to deep waters, ends up subbing them. Great. Sean Strickland's cardio is not a problem. It's never been a problem. People will point to the Dricus Duplessis fight last time out, say he was tired. It was the 5th round and you're facing Dricus. That guy is a fucking marauder. And then if you look at Sean Strickland's losses over the course of the last handful of years, you got to disregard the Jared Cannonier one. He was absolutely robbed in that one. And then the first Dricus Duplessis fight, in my opinion, he was robbed in that. So that's a fight that's up for debate. But regardless, he lost a close decision to Dricus if you think it's the other way. After that, he beat the dog shit out of Israel Adesanya. Or I'm sorry, that was before that. The losses is what we're talking about. 2 to DDP, one of which he could have won. One, he got robbed against Cannonier, and he got flatlined by Pereira. So I just don't know that Fluffy Hernandez has what it takes to be able to beat Sean Strickland over the course of 5. I don't see a finish, Harry. I don't see him finishing Sean Strickland, man. So I love the plus money on that one. Chat real quick. Vex says, I only picked 7 cards so far, but that's besides the point. Still, man, 70% in general is pretty good. Like on one card, it's fine. Over the course of multiple, it's amazing. Teron Brown says, I got Strickland too. Sean is the pick lock. And then Vex says, people are making Fluffy to be like Adam Smasher or something. I don't know who Adam Smasher is. That I'm assuming it's like a comic book guy or something. I hope at least someone here gets my reference. I don't get it, but somebody probably does. Yeah, that's another thing, Harry. I like that Vex said that. People are making Fluffy Hernandez, in my opinion, like they're taking too much from his last fight. Beautiful, gorgeous performance, man. He beat the dog shit out of Roman Dolidze, but it's Roman Dolidze, right? Like, exactly. It's Roman Dolidze. He ain't nothing special. Anyways, though, you're pretty confident in Anthony Hernandez. Jeff Neal, Uros Medic. We already talked about that. You're going
Southpaw. It's funny. There's a theme here, right? So you got Strickland, the Southpaw. You have Geoff Neal, the Southpaw.
Yeah. So you're confident Uros Medic there, right? So you're
Yes,
going
I'm
Fluffy
staying.
Medic.
Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, I love this next fight, Harry. The feature fight of the night. Dan, now he's 100K, Dan Ige, because the bonuses went up. Dan Ige versus Melky Costa, who's been on a roll. What are your thoughts on this one?
Oh man, Dan Ige, yeah, he's very strong, man. It's the forward moving boxing, the tactical grappling. I just think he's a little too undersized for a guy like Melk, man. So that's my bet, man. Melk Costa on the money line, man.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Harry. I'm also going Melk Costa. Look, man, I love Dan Ige. I respect everything he's done. That short notice on like 3 hours or whatever it was is beautiful. It's like the stuff of legends. And he can totally knock out Melky Costa. We've seen Melky Costa lose, right? It's not like he's some unbeatable dude, but he's a big kid, man. He's a lot younger than Dan Ige, 5 years or so. I
Ige's
think
just listen. Ige is just too disproportionate for the weight class because he has it all, bro. That's why he
yeah,
was able to face off with Korean Zombie, and people thought Dan Ige was going to be a featherweight champ. People respected Dan Ige 5 years ago like they do Topuria today. They thought the little guy was going to go in there, a guy who goes in the pocket, who's not afraid to go in the pocket. But bro, when he goes into the pocket with Mel Costa is going to look down and he's going to say, "Oh, this guy wants to bang." You see what I mean? It buys them too much time in that space. That's the problem, bro. All the best intentions that Denige has, but skills pay the bills, my friend.
yeah, I agree with you, man. Unfortunately, I like Melky. I just don't like him as much as I like Ige. So as a fan, I prefer Ige, but Melk Costa is the pick. Yeah, Costa is winning. I agree. That's the pick. So we're in agreement there, Harry. How about the heavyweights on the main card? Sergey Spivak versus Ante Delia. Before you hopped on, Harry, I was telling the chat a little story. I was really close to picking Sergey Spivak. Ended up going with Ante Delia. In that creator challenge thing that we have on Instagram, Harry, every single person picked Ante Delia. Thoughts?
Ah, man, I understand why. Because again, they look at the skill set and they say, man, Ante is well rounded. You know, he's smothering you. He's blitzing you. You know, this is incredibly important. These two guys, whether they win or lose, they won't get cut like Almeida because they put on a show the first round. Spivak is getting knocked out. He's getting finished in the first round, but he's also finishing, submitting in the first round. So we'll see who smothers best, man. Who could take the better shots. I do believe that Sergey should have it, but I don't like that his socials were a bit quiet. All his
Yeah.
media accounts very quiet. So I had to stay off completely.
So your pick is going to be Sergey Spivak, but you're not betting this fight, right? Is that right?
Correct, 100%.
Interesting. When the last time Sergey Spivak had a main event, Harry, I picked him, and I want to say that was Marcin Tybura. They had like a fight night, and I picked him. I believe he was the underdog. His socials were absolutely popping when he was in that main event. So something interesting. I like this question from Vex in the chat. I honestly think Sean Strickland is an entertaining fighter. Am I weird? Like, I only found the Costa fight boring. The rest I watched were good. Harry, I'd love your take on this. Let me just give my take real quick because I agree wholeheartedly, man. And this is something that I've been kind of like fucking beating the drum to, or if that's the saying. People give this boring moniker out a lot in MMA. And I think it's absolutely deserved in some instances, not deserved in others. Like, the problem with the MMA community as a whole, guys, is we fucking make everything black and white. We don't leave in like an area that's gray. And the problem is everything in life lies between that shade of gray. Do you get me, Harry? Like,
Yes.
multiple things can be true at the same time. Can a performance be boring, but a guy not be boring in general? Sure. Can a guy be super goddamn exciting and have a stinker? Yes. Can he be super boring and have an entertaining fight? Sure. The problem is you give that moniker to people like Merab Dvalishvili, right? And I know I've said this 1,000 times. Merab gave us 4 absolute banger fights last year. How the fuck is that guy boring? Sean Strickland gives us entertaining fights all the time. And on top of that, like, and we'll get into the fights in a second, but the entertainment aspect of Sean Strickland is really good. He's good on the mic. He's good in the press conferences. You don't have to agree with what he says politically or agree with any of the fucking shit that comes out of his mouth. You don't have to, but you can't deny that it's entertaining. It brings eyeballs to the fucking stage. He was saying all that shit this week, Harry, and now we've got people protesting on Twitter saying they're going to cancel Paramount by the millions, like thousands of fucking people. That's entertaining, man. He dropped Israel Adesanya. That was entertaining. Like, yes, the Paulo Costa fight wasn't all that. The Abus Magomedov fight was great. The first Dricus du Plessis fight was great. He puts on some decent performances. Is he the most exciting guy in the cage? No. He's a very simple kind of striker, defensively sound, goes forward, jab and teep, all the fucking jokes. I'm going to go to war for you fucking guys. And then he doesn't. But, like, he is an overall entertaining guy. Octagon Guy says he fights too slow. Harry, what are your thoughts on Sean Strickland as a whole? Like, the
Well,
product.
if we go logically, well, you know, that was a banger fight with Jared Cannonier, followed by Nazardine Imavov, right? Followed by Abis Magomedov, followed by an amazing fight with Izzy. And then, of course, you know, he's going to have that fight with Duplessis and he's going to lose it. You know, the whole world was expecting him to take out the South African, right? Because he's not black, he's not African. That's just that was, you know, what the public was leaning. So he's just on the bad side of rationale, right? We have to spin these takes, and I think the public is just it's just not fair for them because the perception is like a tug of war between what the UFC media machine wants, what the public really believes in about Sean Strickland, and where they want to be on the bets, right? And then you got, you know, what I believe is just what happened to Strickland. He fought Paulo Costa and he fought with a lot of apprehension and he was very careful and he was judged by all the public on that fight. So now anything that comes up next, of course, is going to be ill talked.
Yeah, and it's fucked up because that Paulo Costa fight, like, he clearly won that. And one judge gave Paulo Costa that decision. Like, that's crazy. That's like a criminal scorecard. Um, Long story short, Harry, I really like Sean Strickland as a product. I think, again, you don't have to agree with him politically. And that's where a lot of people kind of like just don't get it in life, I feel like. It's like, this is against what I think, so I hate this, and that's it. Like, there's no making up for it. Like, guys, shade of fucking gray. Shade of fucking gray. Not everything is extreme. Not everything is right, left. Not everything is black, white. Just take the fucking. This sport is entertainment, Harry. We watch it to be entertained. And I'm down when people on Twitter that have never seen a fucking UFC card are talking about Sean Strickland calling people fucking slurs and saying his shit. Vex says y'all are based. No, you're fucking based. You're based, Vex. Harry, let's move on. Next fight of the night. I love this, man. Intriguing matchup between two undefeated prospects. A guy that I absolutely love in Jacoby Smith, who had kind of a stinker performance last time out, versus Josiah Harrell, another undefeated 11-0 prospect, taking this on short notice. Harry, he was scheduled to be in the UFC a while back, Josiah Harrell. They found like a brain tumor or something in this kid when he was doing his medicals, ended up having brain surgery. And the UFC was like, sorry, we can't have you. Goes back, dominates the regional scene, gets the call this week to fight on short notice. What are your thoughts on this fight?
Yeah, and very nice. The UFC would do something like that's a great gesture. And Jacoby Smith, he's got that blended top tier wrestling because he's got the state championships with NJCAA, like Phil Hawes, if you remember Phil Hawes. And I do believe that Jacoby Smith will be inconsistent like Phil Hawes. It's funny. He's also with Fortis MMA, where Nchukwani, Sam Hughes were or are. But he's got the heavy-handed striking, and that's helped, support him in his career, which is good. Now you got a grappler, elite grappler in Hurrell, who's got about an inch over on the reach. And so, if anything, man, I would take this fight to go the full distance, or you'll see a lot of grappling here. It's going to be fun that way, through 3 rounds, man. The striking could get off put by a lot of clinching and cage work. That's my opinion on how I think this goes out. Unfortunately, Harrell is stuck between 3 dogs, bro. Spivak, between Zachary Reese, between who else is on there? Dan Ige. So it's like, bro, not all the dogs can win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's why I can't take his money line. I don't want to touch the spread because I don't know if that's a trap set by the books this week. But I'll take the distance here with Harrell and probably a puncher's chance, man, that they'll give him the decision.
So your favorite bet on this fight is fight goes the distance.
Yeah, it's probably cheap too. I mean, bro, it's probably should have been a better price for us, like plus 450, plus 500. Shit's probably what, plus 200, plus
Man, I
180.
don't have the odds pulled up here, but I'll pull them
Yeah.
up for you. Quick question though, Harry. So in terms of betting, I'm glad we have that from you. Do you have like an official pick on this fight, not betting wise, just who wins it in your opinion?
It's gonna have to be Jacoby Smith by a sloppy decision, bro.
Okay. I like that, man. I kind of like that. I'm checking the decision odds here. Give me a second. All right. Jacoby Smith. The over under is 1.5. Let's see what the decision line is. Exact method of victory. Decision Jacoby Smith is 215. Fight goes the distance is plus 130. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
that's a joke, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, that's a joke, bro.
Yep.
Plus 130. Come on, bro. With sluggers and heavy-handed punchers, like, nah, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't love that. Octagon guy says Josiah is literally muscle hamster. The guy's a brick, but Jacoby's an athlete and a dog. Yeah, Josiah is shredded, bro. He looked even more shredded than usual yesterday. But yeah, man, I just love Jacoby Smith, and I hope you're wrong about him, Harry. I hope he ends up being like a consistent guy. But I could see what you're saying. And you just mentioned this fight, Harry, so we might as well talk about it. Zachary Reese, Michel Pereira. I'll give you my opinions real quick, man. I think Michel Pereira is the better fighter everywhere. I think he's more skilled. Obviously, he's more experienced. The only thing that Zach Reese has on him is probably pure like physicality. I don't even want to say athleticism because Michel Pereira is a fucking athlete. I think Michel Pereira is everywhere, but I'm picking Zach Reese. I can't trust Michel Pereira anymore. I think Zachary Reese is amongst the luckiest guys in the UFC. Yes, he's dangerous. He's very goddamn dangerous, but I just don't like him, Harry. I don't love the guy, but I am picking him to win. I don't trust Michel Pereira anymore, and that breaks my heart. What are your thoughts?
Man, it's that sharp jab and heavy-handed approach that Zachary Reese has. He could be much better. He could be a little more aligned, more polished in that. But he has to in his grappling, he has secured arm bars and guillotine. So the thing is, bro, Pereira's not bad on the perimeter, bro. That's the thing. So it's like, man, I'd love to take Reese, but I'd rather stay off and not lose money because I feel like there's better spots to bet. That's just how I see it. If Michel Pereira gets it, good on him. I would expect it because he's got it. He's got the high knees. He can also clinch against the wall. He's all right. He could take the center of the octagon. He has no problem lateral movements. He's okay. He's long, he's sharp, he extends all the way. That fight with Ponzinibbio showed you who can hand fight better, bro. He can hand fight better. And like everyone's talking about with Pereira, man, the guy's got through good fighters. You understand what I mean? He
Yeah.
lost to good fighters. So yeah, man, that's it. So of course, man, I'm happy if you bet Reese. I'm supporting you if you bet Pereira. I ain't betting that shit.
I love that, and I agree with that, Harry. I'm just saying official pick-wise, I have to go with Zachary's. Betting-wise, I'm not touching this. I don't like the price at all. Michelle Pereira, slight favorite, does nothing for me. Zachary Reese, slight dog, does nothing for me. There was a time, though, Harry, where Michelle Pereira, him against the fucking field, man. I was taking him when he was on fire. Vex has a question. By the way, who was that guy that you were streaming with in the car? I ruined my parlay. I ruined the parlay of with my Daniil Dunchenko round 1 KO pick. He wants to apologize to Jared because he fucked up, but he didn't know the referee wanted Morono to die. So he's talking about Jared Lennon,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's a BKFC guy. He's a fighter.
Yeah, Jared
He,
Lennon, BKFC.
he was on the Knucklemania card.
That's sick. Did you have fun, by the way, Harry?
Yeah, man, of course, always, bro. You learn a lot of shit like behind the scenes.
Right, of course, hell yeah. Did you see the fight with Mike Perry and Eddie Alvarez's team or whatever?
Yeah, dude, I thought that was really unfair. Like I was right in front of them, bro. Like I
Mhm.
thought it was very unfair, like how the media played it. But the reality is, bro, Perry got jumped, bro.
That's what it looked like to me,
Nah,
man.
he got ran down by three people. Then he got, Eddie was trying to help him out, but then Perry got upset at him. So then Eddie tried to get at him, and then security came. But then two other people from the bleachers, a little higher up, came down to run Mike Perry down as well. You don't really see it all in that small clip, but
Yeah,
Perry got jumped for real, bro. He got stomped, like foot stomped in the head and everything.
yeah.
He was drunk. That's why he wasn't feeling much. But yeah, it was a mess.
And the whole thing looked like I read that, like, that he was on the ground getting stomped. What the thing with that, Harry, was like it looked like a setup because there was like three guys around him. Like it looked fucking set up. Like, I don't know. You're from New York. I'm from Chicago, bro. I know a fucking setup when I see one, Doug. That shit
That's what
was
it felt like. I promise you, bro.
right. That's how it
I
felt.
think Eddie just does very well talking shit
Yeah,
online to sway the public because I'm telling you, I thought that dude got booked for real. Like, I'm like, damn, they must hate this guy. Who is it? And it turned out to be Mike Perry. I'm like, what the hell? That's Mike Perry. Guys, Mike Perry's getting jumped. And that's when everybody went to help out. But security, every security pulled up and separated everybody.
Octagon guy says Lenny W. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Look who has decided to join us, ladies and gentlemen. DS.
Uh,
One half of the 10-7 MMA. Some would
what's
say
up,
my better half.
fellas?
What up, brother? How are you?
Some might say my better half.
Shit, type shit. I'm good, man. How are you guys? Good to be here. Good to be seen. Good to see you guys.
Is it good to be heard, DS?
It's good to be heard.
There it
It's good
is.
to be heard.
Vex says,
We're,
"What up?" Octagon
we're,
guy says, "Hey, this guy."
we're about to hit the Chitty and Chiquani fight. Who you got?
Not cheaty.
Carlos Leal, Chitty. What's up?
Certainly not cheaty. I'm not feeling cheaty whatsoever in this one. I don't trust the chin. I think he is more than maybe anybody in the UFC prone to making some weird ass, stupid ass decisions. So just not a fan. I'm pulling up my notes here still, but yeah, I think Carlos Leal is going to get in his face. I think he's going to be really aggressive. Yeah, I think he got scammed last time out, to be honest with you. So I think he's going to knock Chidi out.
Yeah, shit. I got nothing to add, Harry. We already talked about this earlier in the week. Look, this is two guys that fucking bang. Like, yes, can Chidi knock out Carlos Leal? Of course. We just saw Carlos Leal knocked out, and I don't think he's a phenomenal fighter, but I agree with DS. Chidi and Jaquani, some fucking really poor decision making. The guy can crack, but so can Carlos Leal. I just think Carlos Leal, believe it or not, has faced a higher level of competition. So give me
And
Carlos
Chidi's
Leal
what, 37 now?
type shit. And that's old, man, compared to Carlos Leal, who looks 37, but he's 31. So,
Yep, I could be wrong on that though.
no, he's 37. He
Okay,
is
yeah,
37. And
yep.
Carlos Leal.
I mean, I think he's past his prime. Rangy fighter, technical, like in his prime, very fun to watch. I had high hopes for him, to be honest with you, but yeah, I don't think it ever really materialized for Chidi, and I think the mental side of the game is a big part of that.
What do you think, Harry, from Prochimo Bets?
Yeah, no, man. I mean, if he could survive the ground with Carlos, then he'll be all right. But yeah, man, Carlos is very strong. I can't wait to watch that fight, see, and rate them and move on, But to bet it, that's tough.
Yeah, it'll be a good fight. I like no bet here. It's not worth it, man. There's
I'm pretty. What are the odds?
minus 142 for Carlos Leal. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you were getting plus money, like even like a little bit, I think I would feel comfortable with that. But yeah,
throw that into a Parleezy, like boost your odds, like create for sure. Octagon guy says Chidi and Jaquani gonna be on stilts, wobbling around. I'm on Leal, also strong base.
Yep.
Agreed. And then Vex says I'm regretting putting Zachary Reese on my parlay now, and he put the little dead rose, which by the way has become one of my favorite emojis as of late. Little side tangent. I love that shit. It's hilarious to me. So yeah, so we're all in agreement there. Harry, no bet.
No. Have you guys talked about Punch the Monkey yet, or no? Not you guys haven't gotten to that yet.
What is Punch the Monkey?
No, we haven't yet. We haven't. I don't think a lot of people know the reference, but they know about the monkey.
I did.
They know, yeah, they know about the monkey. They just don't know his name is Punch.
Yep, that poor fucking monkey, bro. His boys and his fucking people left him and shit. Like, and then I saw somewhere that Andrew Tate bought him. I don't know if that's real or not, but I don't know if it is, but. Fucking shout out Punch, bro. Like, damn, I feel bad for him, dude.
I got to read up because I saw a meme and I didn't understand it. And I was like,
it's just a little monkey at a zoo. It was in China?
Yeah, he got disowned.
China.
But his mom was like beating the shit out of him, right? Or like,
yep. Yeah, they weren't fucking with him, bro.
Yeah, I saw that. That's fucked up, bro. That's sad. You know? We should do a fight breakdown. Punch versus the mother.
Oh, God, no. I'm good.
Didn't Chidi and Jaquani have a brother who fought in MMA too? Yes, his brother fought in the UFC, and he always corners him as well. And then Teron Brown, which, by the way, shout out Teron Brown. I'm picking Chidi as well. Yeah, fuck it. Let's ride. I mean, look, to me, it's a 50-50 fight. DS seems more confident than I do. It is what it is. I'll root for Chidi. I like him more.
I'm pretty fucking confident, honestly. Like, I think he's going to get slept.
There we go. Hey, let's move on to the flyweight fight. This is an interesting fight. I said interesting white. Oddly enough, none of these guys are white. That's Ode Osborne, and he's taking on Alibi Idris. Harry, talk to me from a betting perspective.
Bro, this guy's a problem, bro. Wrestle boxer guy from Kazakhstan, man. Tall, bouncing stance. Bro, his heavy pressure, his flying knees. He got a lot of top control. 60% of his record is him finishing fighters. I think he's the real deal, bro. Like, if there's a favorite to hammer here next to Fluffy, it's this guy. And I like LBJ too. We'll get there. But this guy, I mean, over Ode Osborne, the math teacher, who now wants to turn up because he got a name off of Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? Just a knucklehead. You know what I mean? Rodriguez is a knucklehead, bro.
Hey, real quick, Vex says you guys are so misinformed at the Punch the Monkey lure. It makes me sad. Vex, brother, we have an instant.
Tell these guys.
I'm saying, like, I'm missing. I admitted I'm misinformed, but here's what you can do. Look. If you stare at the bottom of the screen real quick, watch this. Editing. It changes. Follow us on Instagram at D107MMA. Brother, send us fucking Punch the Monkey lore. Send us the memes, dog. We're there for you. We will respond, and I will fucking learn that meme if that's what it boils down to.
Vex is talking to you guys because I'm up to date on the Punch the Monkey lore, unless I'm missing something. Which I'm.
Well, look, yes, you're definitely more into that kind of shit than I am, but
I'm more into abused monkeys.
No, like into the fucking meme culture and shit like that.
Sure.
Okay, and Teron Brown
I am chronically online, one would say.
There it is. Always bet on black.
Chronic, bro. Chronic.
Always bet on black, according to Teron Brown. Look, man, I like Ode Osborne a lot. Like, I've always been a fan. DS, he showed us nothing but love anytime we've ever, like, talked to him, met him. Doing that Ode in front of T-Mobile was so fun.
Yeah.
I'm picking Alibi Idris. And I picked him to lose last time out to Joseph Bopo Morales because I thought he was better. Ode Osborne's a weird one, man. He beats Charles Johnson. He fucking has a banger performance against Steve Erceg. And then he like loses to guys that are worse than him, right? You never know which Ode Osborne to like expect. And he's 13-9. The record's not that fucking good. Alibi's a good wrestler, like Harry said. I think that's kind of the route to win this. And then Octagon guy throwing some shade says, how does that work? How did that work on the last card, betting on black? But before we get into, racism in our chat, I want to get to this. Thoughts about the Dan Hooker situation, guys. This is interesting. Dan Hooker. If you guys want to talk about this, I'd love to hear your take on the Dan Hooker situation. I know you guys will be very mature about it. Harry.
Yo, the Oceania region, they're all like very weird, bro. You know how they are according to the states? If you need a reference, they're like Oregon, where heroin and meth is legal, where being bi and gay is okay, and it's always been, where ask, don't tell was never a policy. They're laughing. They're like, the fuck, the army really believes we're going to keep quiet about this? Haha, Oregon State. Oregon, bro. That's what the Oceania region is. Australia, New Zealand. So I'm not surprised, bro.
So it's Portland. It's the Portland of the world. DS.
Yeah, the only one who is more like what did like a more conservative guy is Volkanovski. Other than that, bro, they're all gay.
He's Macedonian.
They're all bi, bro. Izzy bi. They're all bi, bro. You know the long neck he brought over. With the what is this guy? What's his name, man? He's a purple belt, and they cut him. He was out of city kickboxing. He went to the PFL. He also lost there.
No idea. No idea.
No, I have no clue either.
I'm thinking about Blood Diamond. That's one guy that I know that got cut.
Gay. That's it, bro. You know, why are you a closet homo? They're only closet homos. They're only closet homos because it's a banner. It's an American banner, UFC. You get what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
With an American base that makes up like probably 3/4 of the market. So they have to move accordingly to our customs and culture. But other than that, if you go overseas to Oceania, across New Zealand, all that shit, they're going to say, this is normal.
We're losing
viewers.
You know, Tai Tuivasa, bro. Tai Tuivasa's getting it, bro. Tai Tuivasa's getting it, bro.
Tuivasa's not gay, Harry. Come on.
He's getting it too, bro.
That's a wild take.
Look, I just want to say, it wouldn't be the first time that I've heard of a woman scorned, okay, going out and yapping, making some shit up, okay? I don't know the situation. None of us really do, right? Except for Dan Hooker and I guess that whore. It wouldn't be the first time some lady's making some shit up about some fella who, was financing her lifestyle to some extent and then dropped her or whatever, right? I just love Dan Hooker's response where he's like, I don't know if you saw, he's like, what I miss? He's like, oh shit, I'm gay now, which I thought was pretty funny. I thought that's probably as good as you could handle that, when it comes to this kind of situation. So good on Dan Hooker as far as that's concerned, but interesting situation. Yeah, he's out there, that's for sure. He's getting plenty of cardio in.
Hey, losing viewers equals reigning the audience. Look, and I just want the real ones here anyways. Look, here's my opinion on it. Whether he's gay or not, we don't fucking know. Like, let's be honest, we don't know. The screenshots
do you think being gay is a good base for MMA?
100%. Look at Jordan Levitt. He's bi.
Harry's just throwing everybody under the bus. Look, here's what I'm saying. The screenshots
you're tweaking my ass, bro.
Hey, the screenshots look damning. It doesn't look good. But I'll tell you, Dan Hooker's reaction to the whole thing has been very positive. He's just like, okay, I guess I'm fucking gay. He doesn't give a fuck about it. And that leads me to
That's how you gotta handle it. That's how you gotta handle it. Like for it to
it's the best way to handle it. It's the best way to handle it. But the first part is what I can't get over. The first part of what you were saying, Diaz. Like, I mean, look, ladies will do that from time to time, right? Anytime, if you ever
it's happened to the best. It's happened to me.
I'm saying, look, if you get dumped or you end up dumping a lady or you cheat on her.
Not that I'm gay, but like other shit, right? Like, oh, he's fucking.
Yes. All right, Harry, you gonna expose him?
His penis.
I thought he was getting it too.
Hey, here's all I'm saying. You ever cheat on a lady, break up with her, she breaks up with you, like whatever. It ends messy. Your dick is tiny. You're broke. You're gay. It's just like the easiest low hanging fruit to throw out there. And all I'm saying is like that I know can happen. Is he? I don't think he's gay. He's spending a lot of money on this lady. She's 22 years old, man. Like she's a fucking child. Like she's
Yeah,
immature.
her frontal lobe's not even developed yet.
I'm saying she probably just wanted to like break this guy down because he treated her like shit and stopped financing her. And that's what it is. Like, I don't know. I don't buy it, but if he is, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? So, anyways, Octagon guy says, look at Peyton Talbot. Isn't he Frank Ocean's boyfriend? I'm saying, right? So maybe being gay is a great base for this. Maybe that's just what it's all about. No Bromo gonna come here soon. That's peak. The invitation's been sent. So if Bromo wants to get in here, I'd love to hear his fucking thoughts on gay people. I'm sure that'll be fun. Teron Brown, if he is gay, who cares? I know I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
And then we got, you didn't see the MMA Guru video with the proof. I haven't watched it yet, man. I've been super goddamn busy, but I know that I will probably watch it tonight after the card. MMA Guru loves exposing people for being gay. The John Jones video, his biggest video ever is talking about John Jones being gay.
Dude, that was fucking crazy, though. That one was insane, though.
It's very persuasive.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fucking evidence in that one. We move on to two guys I'm pretty certain aren't gay, and that's Alden Correa versus Louis Gurule. And then, there's just too much proof. There's a lot of proof.
If Gurule today loses, he's getting it too.
That's it. That's all we got. So who do you got in this one, Harry?
Man, Luis Gurule, bro, he sets up his grappling, his takedowns, his single legs with striking, bro, blitzing, just like Marab does, unfortunately, like you said earlier, bro, you can't carbon copy that. So Corey obviously he's so much taller, I'd love to see Gurule get it, but Corey is just gonna work a boring ass points fight on the outside. Gurule could take hits, he could maybe win a round or two trying to take down, Correa, work against the fence, and that's how I see it play out.
DS.
Pretty much the same, man. I think the jab is going to be a big weapon for Correa. I just think he's going to, like Harry said, just stay on the outside. I think we're going to see some nice low kicks, some body shots. I like his straights. I think he's just a much cleaner striker. I think volume and pressure is really going to be the gain here for him. I've got him by decision.
Yeah, and I agree with you. We've already talked about that. Look, I like Luis Gurule, man. I think he's a good fighter. I think experience is obviously in his advantage, even though he has less fights than Alden Correa. Just 32 years old versus 27. It's not like he's old, man, but I just like what Alden Correa has been doing. 3 losses outside of the UFC. I don't love coming in for a prospect, so I don't think this guy's going to be anything like super special. I just think at 27 years of age right now, he's prime. He's in his prime. He's getting better. And Harry, one thing you've been talking about a lot on this video or on this stream has been social media presence. And Alden Correa's social media presence has been fucking really, really high.
Yeah, he's been blown up.
For a guy that's really nothing special, nothing big yet. So maybe that plays into it. Yeah, Alden Correa is my pick. We're getting disagreed with in the chat.
No, you can't disagree. Nah, Gurule had his time. He's got a very short amateur record. Corey is the guy, bro. That's it.
It is what it is. Are you betting anything on this fight, Harry?
No, I'm not, because I chose to take the spread on Anthony Hernandez instead.
Boom. I love
the other thing with Gurule too is I feel like we've inconsistency and also just defensive lapses, right? Like just you see him, with the hands down occasionally, and I just think, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets knocked out. I'm just picking Correa by decision.
Okay, and let's move on to the next fight, guys. I got a bunch of messages I gotta handle here. Nora Cornell, she's taking on Jocelyn Edwards in a rematch. Weirdly enough, I'm seeing a lot of people split on this fight, guys. The odds don't make too much sense to me. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up here. Plus 275 for Nora Cornell. That's big, man. I know Jocelyn Edwards beat her in her UFC debut. Or I'm sorry, that she beat Jocelyn Edwards in her UFC debut. So that doesn't make too much sense to me.
Dude, that's fucking juicy. That's juicy. Plus 275 for Cornell right now.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, it's not one you're ever comfortable betting. It's, women's MMA.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. That might be the lock of the card. However, only because she can clinch, so she can buy time. And Jocelyn Edwards, she suffers in cardio in the third, just like Nora does.
Yeah.
But the matchmaking really made me wonder because this fight right here is being set, match made for Luana Santos. They want one of these girls. They want Nora for Luana Santos in France, or they want Jocelyn Edwards with this 4-fight win streak to get snapped with Luana Santos winning it, building her up a little more. So that's kind of what I saw, and I'm like, yo, this one's not an easy pick, but I'll still go Edwards because she's sparring, she's training with WBC guys in boxing, so it's cool. You know what I mean?
We got a question here. It's Black History Month. How many black fighters do you guys have losing? That's crazy. No, come to think of it, right? Because Phil Rose coming up. I know I'm not picking him.
Dude, we're lucky Drew Dober's not on this card.
Oh my God. Drew Dober is fighting. He's got a fight booked, and just go look who he's fighting. That should let you know everything. And then Nora won the first fight. These two have fought before. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing to add. Look, I think I like Jocelyn Edwards a lot more. I am actually a Jocelyn Edwards fan, as weird as that sounds. DS, you'll constantly throw the moniker of yo girl, Jocelyn Edwards. She's my girl. I like her a lot. And I actually
thick as fuck, though, I will say.
And I don't like Nora Cornhole. I actually fucking hate her. She annoys me. Her face bothers me, just like as a human being. You know what I mean? I hope Jocelyn Edwards wins. I hope I'm wrong, but I just see Nora Cornhole. She's too goddamn aggressive, man. And Jocelyn Edwards is prone to having a shitty performance. Like, she can go out there and lay it down sometimes, but sometimes she comes out there flat as fuck and just seems like hesitant and not willing to engage. I don't see that ever being the case for Nora Cornhole. Moving on, he said, hold up. Haha, dumbass tattoos. I'm saying, bro, dumbass tattoos. Ramiz Brahimaj.
Dino, Ramiz Brahimaj. Dino, I don't mean to interrupt, but not Buzz Alder. I meant Drew Dober, not Buzz Lightyear. He's fighting Michael Johnson.
That's what I'm saying. All right. So you know what the UFC wants to do there. We get it. We see what you're doing.
Someone's getting knocked out.
And you're gonna make that on Black History Month, Drew Dober versus a minority? Like, really, bro? Really, UFC? Really, UFC? And oh shit, look who has joined us. His camera's not on, but somebody's here to talk to us. Bam Bam looks like a floating head, according to No Bromo. Thanks. I should wear like white t-shirts when I'm doing this shit, right? Like this black,
especially when you're on the zoomed in view.
That's what I'm saying. If I fucking remove you guys, I look fucking great. Vex says Bromo. Bromo's in the chat. We'll see if Bromo joins the little thing. We have MMA Toad here, but he's not fucking showing up. So that's unfortunate, Toad. Figure it out.
Hey, don't ever expose me like that again, bro. You just zoomed me out. Like, I gotta hide some shit around me right now.
Oh shit. You're gonna get zoomed out soon. Ramiz Brahimaj, Harry, you already told us. You're all over Ramiz Brahimaj on this one. DS. Ramiz Brahimaj, Puna, Hele, Soriano.
I don't know, man. I really don't. I've gone back and forth on this one. To me, this is one of the hardest ones on the card. Like, I originally was on Brahimaj as well. So, I just, because like Puna's been inconsistent at times, but then like he seemed to have made some legitimate improvements, right? And like
the cardio, when he moved down, and weight,
and the cardio seemed to hold up a little bit better, and he's not quite as wild. So I don't know, man. Like, I feel like you kind of convinced me to go Puna at this point, because like Brahimaj, like I don't know that he's like the striking is not like amazing, right? Like it's one of those things. It's like, I don't want this submission heavy guy, the submission artist, to fall in love with the striking too much and think he can stand and bang with somebody like Punahele Soriano. So I don't know, man. I think I'm in on Puna a little bit more, but this is like the hardest one for me.
And honestly, you know what? If you're betting him at +3.5, that's money too for Puna. Because to say that Ramiz is gonna put him out is far fetched.
Yeah. So again, flip, same. Like, I hate to fucking, just keep reiterating. I agree with you guys. Like, this fight's tough, man. I do think skill for skill, Punahele Soriano is better than Ramiz Brahimaj. I do believe Ramiz Brahimaj gets a lot of shit from the MMA community saying that he's like overrated. He's not as good. Like, is he phenomenal? No, but he's better than a lot of people think he is. Right now, weirdly enough, a lot of people are on his side. He's a submission guy, man. Let's not like get it twisted. He's a pure submission guy, but he throws heat. He's like essentially a
He's physically strong too. Like you can tell
Yeah.
he's a fucking bear when it comes to like just physical strength.
That's what I'm saying, man. But I do like what Puna's been doing. 50-50 on this fight. I wouldn't touch it in terms of betting. I just looked at the official picks thing, DS. We did go Puna, which I thought we went Ramiz Brahimaj, but that works for me. Ramiz Brahimaj was minus 118 yesterday and is plus 105 now. So something to look into. And then Vex says Jiri knocks out Khamzat Chimaev, by the way.
I don't know, man.
That fight's not happening. And
I hope that fight does not happen. I would fucking hate to see that fight.
Because look, you got to think about this. Me and Harry were talking about fighters being labeled as like boring when it's whether it's fair or not, and all that.
What has Khamzat done to deserve a fucking second belt? I don't know.
You can't. I'm saying, man, like you defend your belt fucking once.
Once at least.
It used to be 3-4 times, right? Like, hey, I said it back then, DS, when it happened, and everybody's fucking feeling it now. God bless fucking the era of Volkanovski and Kamaru Usman and Israel Adesanya. Those guys were fucking champs, dude. Like, those guys were legitimate. What a champion needs to be. Like, going in there, showing up sometimes on short notice, fighting 3 times a year. Like, on
I feel like even if you vacate your title, like, I feel like we're starting to cheapen the titles, right? We're starting to cheapen the championships. If you continue to, okay, well, fuck me. I guess Harry didn't want to hear. He would want to know parts of what the fuck I have to say. But no, I genuinely think like even if like, okay, Ilia Topuria is vacating, right? And like all this, like I still think like that's a lot of turnover, right? And when you have like a lot of, call it nonsensical or turnover where it's not like the title was lost or won or whatever, it just cheapens the belt, right? So I don't like it. I think, what up, Toad?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I just think that Khamzat especially, like, fuck it. I don't know. Is this the Paramount Plus era? Is this what's happening? Like, is it just Paramount Plus? It's like, fuck it. We're just, now it's a pure shareholders thing. We're in late stage capitalism as it is. Now it's time to just fucking give them whatever. Give them just some insane shit. It doesn't fucking matter. The integrity of the sport doesn't matter. It's all $7 billion of fucking Paramount Plus and just fuck it. Figure it out. Is that what this is? I hope it doesn't happen. Like,
I hope it doesn't happen either. And by the way, guys, just so everyone knows, I didn't kick Harry out. He disappeared and Toad just showed up. So MMA Toad in the chat. Toad, talk to me. This Khamzat Chimaev Jiri Prochazka situation. First and foremost, do you think it's happening? Secondly, do you like the fight? Thirdly, touch on what DS was talking about, because to me, that's the most important thing that we have in this whole conversation. All these fucking people vacating, all these people like just leaving the belt. Is it cheapening the product? Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, there's a lot to touch on there, and I appreciate you guys having me on real quick for this. So, yeah, I think with Paramount being involved, it's not safe to say it's not a possibility of happening. I know all it takes is someone to fire up a graphic and we're all yip yapping, but I think UFC as a whole knows that you're deceiving a very loyal fan base in mimicking the Conor McGregor route, which we all can agree on was just, it was due to popularity. It wasn't deserved. It wasn't right at the time, and neither is this. We got Carl Zulberg, who is rightfully set to fight Jiri if Poatan decides to move up. Sad to say it, I was really excited for Ulberg to fight Poatan, that stylistic matchup, 2 powerful kickboxers, technical strikers. And I feel like, well, if Poatan wants to move on, I'm not going to say he's not deserving. He's done just as much like he did at middleweight as he's done at light heavyweight, and he's well deserving of that final shot. He could do the thing that no one's ever really done, right? Here we are. This is Poatan, and I'm all for it. But to go and say, okay, Yuri's next, and then, oh, hey, we're doing this at this weight division, completely different circumstances. Cyril Gane can't throw a fucking punch without eye poking. He's literally raking in his strikes, his extensions.
Hold on, you're gonna get Dino riled up now.
I know. I'm gonna get us all.
You're gonna get him riled up.
But like the Khamzat thing does not make sense either. You haven't defended this fucking belt, my guy. You're very inactive. It'd be way different if he was so active. He did his 3 fights, and he's on some kind of momentum. But no, you got to defend that shit. They got to make like a minimum rule to like kill the expectation of people dodging and running from their own divisions. People need to own that shit. A champion is more than just obtaining a belt. It's what you've done with it. And Conor McGregor couldn't defend his once. So goes to show you how good of a decision it was for the UFC. I think they'd be fucking up if they sent Khamzat to Jiri, even though stylistically, Khamzat has a great chance.
Would you want to see? I mean, at some point, size becomes a factor, right?
Yeah.
Like he was at welterweight, obviously too big for welterweight. A middleweight, I think, is kind of like right for him. And I know he walks around even heavier than that. He's still cutting, right? But yeah, 205 is fucking different, right? Like these guys are hitting a little different, right?
Yeah.
So there is part of me that's curious to see, like, just for that aspect, really just for that aspect. I mean, but God, I love Jiri and Khamzat. I respect the shit out of him. I don't know. I would want to see him vacate then, right? But then it's like,
well, that's what he would be doing.
Yeah.
So here's my thought process. Sorry to cut you off, DS.
no.
First and foremost, just like this whole fucking vacating thing, like the UFC tried to prevent this by doing the whole, you're going to let go of your belt. You're going to have to vacate if you want to go up for double champ now. So no simultaneous, double champs, even though they're all still walking around with 2 belts. Islam's doing it. Taporia's doing it. Taporia's walking around with 3. He's got the BMF on and shit.
Yeah.
Like, fine.
Look, I'm okay. I just want to say I'm okay with them. If you want to have 2 belts, you should be able to defend them both, though. Then, right? Like within like a reasonable time frame. So,
right.
If you're like onto Marab, if Marab when he was with you, when he was as active as he was, by all means, like if he wanted to get 2 belts and fucking fight 5 times a year, by all means.
That would have been Volk, dude. That 100% would have been Volk had he beat Islam too.
Volk, right? Exactly. And I like the Marab comparison, but here's what I'm saying: if you are going to fucking let this be a thing now, like. Look at we were facing this problem a couple months back, and that's why the UFC put this into place. The only champs that weren't looking for double champ status last year were Marab and Pantoja.
Yeah, everyone the only 2 deserving.
the 2 deserving guys, right? Like Islam Makhachev, you have my blessing, brother. You did what you did in the lightweight division. It's fair to go up to welterweight. It makes sense. When DDP was talking about it, he was saying, let me get a couple defenses before I did it. Fucking Bilal was talking about it. Like, are you kidding me, dude? Like Khamzat Chimaev, who is, and again, I think Khamzat Chimaev is a phenomenal fighter, man. I think he is amongst the best in the world. Pound for pound, he's rightfully ranked. He's not reliable. Like, how can you rely on this guy? How can you put another belt on him? And then the problem that I have with this more than anything, do I think Jiri Prochazka can win the fight? Yes, I would pick Jiri Prochazka. Khamzat Chimaev can totally win the fight. But you take a product that is Jiri Prochazka, my favorite fucking fighter, friend of the channel, follows us on Instagram, as should you. Jiri Prochazka is a super goddamn exciting fighter. There has never been a boring Jiri fight ever.
Not a single one.
Oh, yeah.
It's never happened. Khamzat Chimaev can make a boring Jiri Prochazka fight. It can happen. That's within the realm of possibilities. And if you're the UFC, you take this guy who just won the belt at 185. He's already proven what people were worried about, that he's going to drag this shit out. He fought in August. It's February. That's been about 6 months. We still don't have a Khamzat fight booked.
By the way, he took no damage.
0 fucking damage. The Khamzat should have been able to fight in December.
Oh, and also he can't fight in fucking America. So that's
crazy.
Another factor. Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. I hate it. There does need to be some sort of rule, like Toad was saying, but rules are made to be broken. If you are a superstar the level of Conor McGregor, you're Ilia Topuria, even if you're an Islam Makhachev who has a huge following on the other side of the world, maybe. Khamzat, no fucking chance. No Bromo says Kevin is an unreliable source for who's breaking the Khamzat Jiri situation. Then he says he has thoughts on this. He'll join in on it when he joins. You're welcome anytime, Bromo. Guys,
Inshallah, he does, brother. Inshallah.
One last prediction. If that fight did ensue, I could see Jiri cracking the fuck out of Khamzat's head, kind of like how Blades did with Almeida. He's committed for the takedown. His head's down, and Jiri loves his elbows. He loves all the tools in the shed, and it wouldn't be just like some extended fucking punch. He's going to be really awkward with uppercuts and the chaos, and I could just see Jiri smacking him with an elbow. Similar to Poatan knocking out Jiri that one time, remember?
Yeah. Yep.
When he was just fucking crawling at him. Oh, yeah.
I remember. Thanks, bro.
I mean, yeah.
Thanks.
No, I feel like I was talking to chat there a little bit. Obviously, you guys, you fucking download every bit of every fucking punch.
No, I'm just sad because that fight hurt me, bro. I was fucking hurt.
Hey, on the note of Jiri, what's the guy with the curly hair that does all the impressions?
The guy that does the I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name.
Yo,
The plunger?
his
The plunger?
Jiri
No,
series?
not him, not him. The curly haired dude who does he does John Anik, he does
Oh.
Jiri. You're talking about the guy with the fucking plunger. He's hilarious, by the way.
No, yeah, not that guy. The curly hair dude who does like a good Theo Vaughn and all that.
Yes.
Hey, his Jiri series recently has been so fucking good, dude. I don't know if
He's
you
like,
followed it at
I
all.
see this fat guy, Santa Claus.
Yeah,
like that guy.
this
yeah.
fat guy.
I'll
Yeah.
send it to you, Toad. I'll send
Send
you.
me,
his-
send me a
he's
location.
like,
yeah.
he's like, I killed this vampire and all
Wow.
this shit. Like, hey, he's been fucking crushing it, man. Unbelievable.
That guy's awesome. So Harry just fucking up and left us. He said, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah.
That's wild. To
Yeah.
Irish goodbye alive is crazy work, but honestly,
And-
fuck it. I respect it.
And Harry was getting glazed. The chat was loving what Harry had to fucking say.
Dude,
Regardless-
I was watching on my phone while I was working. I was like, dude, I'm so excited to hop on and get on with the schmo and you guys. So it's sad as
Yep.
fuck.
he might just not like you anymore, Toad. That's what this feels like.
What?
You know what I mean? It feels like, oh, Toad's here. I'm out of here, dude.
I'm out. Yep.
Don't go, schmo. Don't go.
So let's talk about Phil Rowe versus Jean-Paul Lebosniani. I don't like this fight. I think JPL is like a guy that is completely unproven versus Phil Rowe, a veteran of the game, but so goddamn unreliable. I want nothing to do with this fight from a betting perspective. I feel forced to pick JPL. So that's what I'm doing. I don't care. And DS.
Yeah, I don't think Phil Rowe is like taking fighting super seriously at this stage of his career, you know? Just kind of, I don't want to say he's dicking around, right? He's a professional fighter, but yeah, from JPL, I like, you know, he obviously had the big head kick knockout on the Contender Series. Yeah, but the more tape I watch, to me, like he's pretty toolsy, man. Like he's legit striking. I don't mind the grappling either. I think he's very well rounded. I just, you know, when it comes from a mental kind of aspect, I just don't trust Phil Rowe. I haven't for some time now, so I'm gonna stick with my pick of Lebosniani, and also Lebosniani is fun to say for what it's worth.
By the way,
So
that's got to be like Armenian, right? Or something.
I think Armenian is like a perfect guess. So
yeah. And by the way, the guy he fought on the Contender Series, Jack Congdon, that guy, trash. So I don't rate that win.
What are the odds on this? I think they were getting a little bit out of hand, which I like it less if that's the case.
Minus 218 for JPL, plus 180 coming back for Phil Rowe.
Yeah, so Vegas agrees with me then, but I don't know. I mean, that it's getting a little high, but yeah.
Toad, talk to me.
Yeah, I also like going with the lesbian in this fight. Fucking Phil Rowe.
Chat's just been about gays and lesbians.
Oh man, yeah.
Fuck, dude.
We're gonna get demonetized. Smart.
What I said I liked it though, right? I liked the
Yeah,
pick.
no,
Fucking Phil Rowe, I saw an interview with him where he was just saying that the UFC has kind of just not been the most active. Like he's requested more activity, they haven't been giving it, and then the fights he's thrown in on are not his favorite kind of fights, right? And so I do see that kind of breaking the will of where Rowe's at to like keep going and for what and all this. If he continues to get this loss and maybe one more for sure, I can't imagine it would be up to him of whether or not he's cut. It's just a bad relationship, it seems like, from what I've been hearing with how he feels about what the UFC is doing with his contract. So I don't see him being really in this fight, whereas lesbians like super fucking happy, super motivated. You saw that grit, the high eat at the weigh-in show. He's got a little bit of personality, but I think he's a vice, and he'd be a fool to want to be on the stand-up of this fight entirely. And Phil Rowe has some grappling, sure, but I see this being kind of a fight on the ground at some point where we could see a submission. So,
and what's weird there, Toad, is usually lesbians are not happy in my experience. That's what they're usually pretty angry people.
So fight by a lesbian scissor.
I'm
on the ground.
Also, this guy is just fucking, he's Daenerys Targaryen. He's breaking the wheel. Let's move on to, by the way, shout out Duncan Egg. It's been great. Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
So good.
Yeah. Jordan Levitt versus the undefeated Cuban prospect with an interesting win last time, Yadier Del Val. He seemed to beat that cheating piece of shit, Isaac Dulgarian. Thoughts on this one, boys?
I'm with the flock of seagulls, man. Monkey King should be sacrificed in this fight, I'm thinking. Okay. Despite Jordan's definitely had some moments where he's kind of surprised us with his striking. and his grappling's always game. You know, that's why he got that nickname. He's a vice. He's very strong, but nah, he's not going to be able to survive the chaos coming his way.
DS.
Yeah, I just think Del Valle is going to be too physical for him. You know, I think he's going to be the one pressuring here. And I mean, I think when Jordan Levitt's been pressured in the past, you know, he can, you know, again, he's one of those guys. And I said this on our full breakdown video where it's like, he's like the old head when you're playing basketball, like pickup basketball, right? And it's like, they're just doing all the shit that annoys you, right? And like, is it like high level? Not necessarily. You know, I'm not saying he doesn't have some skill, but I just think Del Valle is a different beast than the same animal. Shout out Kobe. Yeah, I just think he's going to dictate the scrambles. He's much more physical, more powerful. I think he's much more athletic. I really like the top control. I think ultimately we're going to see a submission in the second round.
Yeah, a lot of people are going submission with that fight. And before I get into it, oh my goodness, we have a guest, guys. He comes to us from across the pond in England.
Oh shit!
His name is No Bromo.
How we
No
doing?
Bromo. Give me 1 second. Okay, 1 second. I just want to throw this out there before I ask you an opinion on something. I'm also going with Yadier Del Valle, but I will say Jordan Levitt very strong. If this fight gets to the ground, Jordan Levitt can. There's a possibility that he manhandles this dude, and I don't doubt it. We have No Bromo in the chat, and No Bromo, you wrote this a couple minutes back. He said, "I have some thoughts on this fight, and I'll go in on it when I join." And I believe we were talking about Khamzat Chimaev, Jiri Prochazka. I'm really interested to hear your take. I know you're a diehard Jiri fan, like we are here. Just thoughts on the fight. Do you think it's happening? What do you think will happen if it happens? But most importantly, this whole relinquishing your belt and just doing all this shit. What do you think about that?
Oh, I think it's a dangerous fight for Jiri, to be honest. I think Khamzat's just like, I don't know. I mean, just based off his last fight, and I mean, Yuri's not a grappler. I mean, he was able to out-grapple Alex for a little bit, but I feel like Khamzat, if he moves up, he's gonna have the best chance of just sitting on him, just laying on him for 5 rounds, making it shit like he did against DDP. I think it's going to be another one of those ones if he does move up. I don't like it, not only because it's dangerous for Jiri, because obviously he's my boy. All right, he is my boy, but also because you don't fucking deserve this. He's not even defended his belt. Even when he was calling out Alex, I was saying, why is he calling out Alex? He's not even defended his fucking belt yet. Like, defend your belt first, and then maybe move up. I think he needs to defend it at least twice, like in Mavov, and then the winner of Strickland versus Hernandez, I think, and then maybe consider moving up. But I think even then you need to do more. But at the very least, defend your belt twice, And on top of that, I don't think it's going to happen anyway. Kev's not very reliable, and Kev does this thing where if he gets a scoop wrong, he just deletes the post. So it's just like, so he's like, it makes it look like he's like, oh my god, Kev's getting all these fucking scoops, and he's always right. And it's like, no, he just deletes shit. And I saw a post by, I believe it's the MMA Casuals, I believe that's what they're called on X, and he retweeted Kev's post, and I think I retweeted it, and I'll just read it for you real quick. I didn't, but I posted it on my YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure he said he spoke to multiple sources, and this fight isn't happening. Kev's just lying for the sake of it, or something like that, like he always does. So apparently, it's not happening.
I'll say this, Bromo. I'll say this, man. I talked to somebody in Team Khamzat, like somebody that is literally with Khamzat Chimaev right now, and I asked him, I was like, "Is Khamzat fighting Jiri?" And he goes, "I don't know, brother. I don't think so." So
I just don't get what it would like. What are you getting out of that? Like, what is anybody getting out of that? Like, what is the UFC getting? Like, you look at Khamzat's last performance. Yeah, it was dominant. But if they're really after like the entertainment value and like all this bullshit, like, why are you pumping that? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
if that's the case, wouldn't you want Jiri to win? Like, wouldn't you want to give Jiri wouldn't you want Jiri as champion then? Wouldn't you want him to have a typical Jiri fucking fight, a striking match where like that's what's going to get people to be more interested in the sport, right? So Khamzat, he's scary, but
like if the casuals tune in and they watch Jiri and Olberg go at it, it's a scrap. They're going to be like, "Whoa, this is amazing."
Yeah.
If they see Khamzat move up and just like a wet blanket Jiri, they're going to be like, "Well, this is shit." And not only that, I'm pretty sure the UFC are trying to crack down now on boring fighters. So I don't think they would reward Khamzat with a title shot up a weight class after a boring fight and not defending his belt even once. I don't think so. And like you said, Bam Bam, or that guy in Team Khamzat says that he doesn't think so. The MMA, casual MMA says, I've confirmed with multiple sources this fight is not happening. This twerp is spreading lies as usual. I feel like when it comes to Kev and Ruben Carter, we need to just like not listen to them.
Yeah, Ruben Carter, fucking that blows my mind that people listen to that guy.
Well, here's the thing: the tweet from Kev, the tweet from Kev about this fight, it's gained a lot of traction. It's got 1.4 million views, but only 4.9 thousand likes. People know what Kev is like, all right? He does shit for engagement bait, and it's doing really well. It's got 1.4 million. 1.4 million views, but the likes and the views don't ratio very well because people know
That's
what
I was
Kev's
saying
like.
earlier. Is people can make a graphic and just try to have an influence on literally fight matchmaking when in reality it's not deserving. So no.
What I think's happened here is right. Khamzat tweeted. He tweeted recently 205.
Yeah,
and I think Kev's gone. Oh well, that means he's fighting Jiri then.
Yeah,
and also just to throw in some information on that, he also talked about it on the Jackson podcast. He was on the Jackson podcast. They asked him about 205. He said, kind of throwing some shade at Khabib.
Who
he
is
said,
he?
I'm not Khamzat. He said, okay. I'm not one of those guys that's here to retire undefeated. I want to go up to 205 and try to get a belt there, and we'll see. Maybe defend it, maybe even go up again. He's like, I don't care about being undefeated. I want to have some good fights while I'm here, some entertaining fights, and that's it. So
that's fucking bullshit, dude.
Yeah,
that's
of
fucking,
course.
That's such bullshit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, entertaining fights. You like. Don't get me started, bro.
Entertaining. I'm just gonna lay on him for 5 rounds, and that's so entertaining, guys. And look, the only reason I enjoyed watching that fight is because I was proved right, and Khamzat won. That's literally it. I have no desire to go back and watch that utter garbage because I know it's objectively boring. I only enjoyed to watch that fight because everyone was telling me that DDP had win, and I said no, he's not, and I got proved right. That's the only reason, but. He says he wants to have fun fights and he doesn't care about like being undefeated. It's like, okay, then why are you fighting once a year? You took no damage. If you don't care about losing, why are you taking a fight sooner? You fought on the 16th of August last year. Yeah. And I know that date because it was Jazz's birthday. It was the 16th of August, right?
Yeah.
He's probably not going to fight until close to that time anyway. I can't see him fighting on the White House card. He isn't gonna come back till after Ramadan.
What do you mean on the White House? He can't even get into America, bro, let alone the White House.
Exactly.
So what's the reasoning for that? Does anyone know? Is it him just running around being a fucking asshole with his pack of hyenas at burger joints fighting people, or why
it's that? But then it's got to be like the link with Kadyrov.
With like the Chechenian fucking what's his name? Like
Kadyrov.
Yeah, Ramzan Kadyrov. Like, yeah.
So it's like he'd be like a spy essentially.
Type shit. Hey, real quick, let me catch up on the chat real quick.
He's too retarded to be a spy. Like, bypass that shit. Get him over here to fight. Let's go.
Look, I just want to take this. Like, okay. Yes, Jiri subbed Uncle Glover. Sorry, that's guys. Fine. Bro, he was fucking him. Like, you could have subbed him at that point. You know what I mean? Like, he was he was so cooked. You could have subbed him at that point. So
Does that mean does that confirm that Yuri's got better jiu-jitsu than Glover?
Maybe. Hey, I want to get this real quick. Look at this question from Bum Hunter in the chat. Any advice? 3 Venezuelan dudes broke into my garage last night. Made a police report, but I'm freaked out.
I love that this is where you came from.
Where do you live?
This is where
Yeah,
you came
where are you
from?
from, Bum Hunter? That's what matters.
If you live in
Hold on.
America,
Hold on,
then-
we gotta help him out. We
Yeah,
can't just.
well,
if you
We
live
can't
in
just go past that.
America, right, Trump will just bomb their house like he did their country, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
here's
Come
another
on,
thing,
bro.
bro.
That was
If-
to spread democracy. That had nothing to do with the oil that we're already sending to Israel. Had nothing to do
It
with
had
that.
nothing to do with Israel. It's just a coincidence that as soon as they did that, Venezuela sent oil to Israel. It's just a coincidence, guys.
Listen,
It
we're
just
not going to
happens
listen
to
to
be.
Goy Bromo's take on this. We know you're
Goy Bromo.
so.
Hell yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And then here's another thing that we got to talk about. What if he lives in Venezuela? Then it's normal that 3 Venezuelans broke into his house. Like that's not weird at all. You know
Nah,
what
he's
I mean?
freaked out though, bro. Hold on. He filed a police report. Bro, first of all, the police don't give a fuck, bro. The police aren't gonna do shit. You should get strapped up. Number one. Like that's
America.
for sure. At this point, whatever they've taken, it's over, you know. But I would just get a gun, you know.
Boom.
I mean,
Says-
I would go through, either get a gun or just go through the just go through the police. I mean, that's the only thing that you can do. Oh yeah, or call Sean Strickland, man.
If he was a jiu-jitsu guy, you could have just laid down and told him to come down here, bro. Like, you know.
That's an option.
like Yuri's a jiu-jitsu guy because he subbed Glover. So.
That's right. The jiu-jitsu black belt, Jiri Prohashka. Vex wants you to do the Trump voice, Bromo. He begs you.
Well, quite frankly, I think we need to bomb Venezuela because they have all the oil, and quite frankly, I need it. I really do.
President
You know,
Trump, let me ask
that
you a
was
question.
good, bro. That was a good.
You know what I'm going to
fucking-
do as well, right?
Trump.
For the White House card, I've put up a poll, and it's actually doing really well. I said, for the White House card, do I do a fight companion cosplaying as Donald Trump and do the whole fight companion in character?
You would gain 2,000 subs.
Can I come on and do it and like be on there with you, but I'll be like Joe Biden?
Yeah. You could be Joe. I need a JD Vance just to like suck up to me, and I need a Pam Bondi to be like, he's innocent. He didn't do anything wrong on the island.
If I could do a Vance, I would do it.
there,
But
like,
I can't.
You know, Ilya Topuria, he's gonna
Hey, it's so good, bro.
knock out Justin Gaethje. He's gonna be
President
real
Trump,
sad.
President Trump, let me ask you a question. Who do you have in tonight's main event?
Well, it's funny you ask this. Do I have the American or the Mexican? I don't know. What do you think?
I think you're going to go with Strickland.
Absolutely. I love Sean Strickland. He's a real American man. And, you know, we need to send Hernandez back to where he came from, quite frankly.
Back to where he came from is crazy. Vex says this is peak. Yeah, we didn't finish the card. There's one more fight, and I know that DS has been fucking chomping at the bit to talk about Juliana Killer Miller versus Crispy Carly Giudice. DS.
Yeah. This is. I mean, if your friends aren't into MMA at this point, show them this fight, and I guarantee you they will be for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Carly Giudice. Juliana Miller, like you said, nice lady. You know, she's sloppy, dude. She just looks like very like she's like not in control of her limbs. So I'm gonna go with Carly Giudice. I fucking hate this fight, and it's gonna be god awful. So
Bromo, do you care about this fight?
Oh yeah. I mean, who is it? Let me just
Carly Giudice and Juliana Killer Crispy Carly
I
Giudice.
love Carly Giudice. I've always been a fan of Carly Giudice. 100%.
She's crispy. Good nickname, Crispy. Yeah, I'm also going Carly Giudice.
Carly.
I'm picking Carly. Look, I met Juliana Miller, and I'm a really good judge of character, Bromo. Like, this sounds shitty. I judge a book by its cover a lot, but I'm right most of the time. Most of the time, I'm right.
Same.
So I do a good job with that. I thought she would be just a piece of shit person. I was like, I hate this fucking I hated her. Then I met her. She was so nice, and I felt terrible. That's happened two or three times with UFC fighters to me where I'm like, this person seems amazing or this person sucks, and I was proven completely wrong. The rest of them are right. Juliana Miller, I was very wrong. I apologize. Sweetheart of a lady. She's going to lose to Crispy Carly Judice. So I'm glad we got that done with. Now we can spend these last few minutes, guys. We have 15 minutes until the card starts. We could talk about shit. If anyone in the chat wants to talk about something, throw it out here. Zapper.
What about go on.
Zapper, your boy Zapper's here. He says Strickland's going to TKO this guy. Fluffy has a bum chin and a soft body. I agree. The body thing, man. The body thing is crazy. Kevin Holland knocked his ass out with a body shot. 10-7 gang, do you have a Discord? I do have a Discord. Well, me and DS are 10-7.
I got Discord for you, buddy.
We do. We're in a couple of chats. Vex, go to Instagram and send me your info. I don't know if you have an Instagram, but if you do, send me one there, and I'll get into that Discord, brother. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the fucking thing, guys. This fight with Strickland, I think Strickland's going to win. People forget, man. I mean, Fluffy's best win's Roman Dolidze. I mean, and Michel Pereira. Great.
Both guys who have been who at times were like, oh shit, this guy looks like he might be something, and then clearly both were not.
I mean, Michel Pereira's on a 3-fight losing streak?
4? 3 or 4? Yeah.
4? Damn.
It's been a bad run.
Well,
After going on an 8-fight winning streak.
Yeah, it's crazy. When people are like, Fluffy's this fucking marauder dude. He's so good. It's like he might be, but people talk about him like he's beating all these fucking killers. Roman Dolidze, shit. To be honest with you, I mean, fair enough. He moved up and beat Anthony Smith. I mean, who does that? Who beats Anthony Smith at light heavyweight? It's crazy. But I think Sean Strickland's going to get it done, and I think maybe. All right, if it's a decent win, maybe he's next in line for a title shot, but he's already had two title shots, 3 title fights, so I don't know if they'd even give him it. And especially after his rant the other day, they're really going to give him it.
Yeah, I look, here's what I will tell you. Vex, by the way, I just typed it for you in the chat. Same way it's spelled here on Instagram. One thing I did want to say, and I didn't touch on it.
This is YouTube, by the way.
Well, he was asking for our Instagram.
No, but you said the same way it's spelled here on our Instagram.
Okay, same way as it's spelled here on YouTube. Sorry. Look, when it comes to Toad's still in the chat, but he's just not here. So Toad, once you show up, you could be back.
Toad's probably high as fuck, dude.
Here's what I'm going to say. If this Khamzat Chimaev thing, which again, I don't think it's happening, if the Khamzat Chimaev situation plays out the way that, they're saying it will, where he goes up to fight Jiri for the vacant 205 title, a title fight will have to be made at 185, including Nasruddin Imavov, obviously, right? He is the one that would be a certainty. I think the winner of tonight's fight would be the guy that fights for the title at middleweight. So huge fucking stakes if that's the case.
That's not happening, but yeah. I mean, you're right.
I don't think it's happening, but if it does, then that's important. I will say this again, just to reiterate, since we're getting close to the end here, I'm also picking Sean Strickland, man. I get why Fluffy Hernandez is the favorite. I was super impressed with that performance last time out. It's about what have you done for me lately, right? He's coming off of a huge win. He's on a big winning streak, a dominant win his last time out. Sean Strickland coming off of a loss where he looked bad and then a year off with the suspension. I get it. I get what's going on. Sean Strickland's going to win this fight. Fluffy Hernandez is not going to be able to strike with him. He will not be able to take Sean Strickland down or hold him down as easily as he has with a lot of these opponents. And when it comes to Fluffy, a lot of his wins have been like the Roman Dolidze fight specifically, taking him down repeatedly, a la Merab Dvalishvili. You're not doing that to Sean Strickland. And then we've seen Fluffy be Fluffy to the body. Kevin Holland with a body shot KO. Sean Strickland's going to be throwing that teep out there. This guy's a fucking good fighter, man. He gets a lot of shit for being boring and for not having too much danger. I see him winning this fight. I can see a TKO. I can see a TKO late. Ultimately, I'm going decision, but, DS, I know you're going Strickland as well for those reasons, right?
Yeah, Strickland decision. Again, to me, it's just the fact that he's so fucking awkward, right? Like, I don't think Fluffy's going to be able to get into a flow. I think he's gonna shoot a bunch of takedowns. I don't think he's gonna get I think he'll get a few. I don't think he's going to get a ton of that. I don't think he's going to be able to keep Strickland there. And then Strickland just does the Strickland thing, right? Where the Philly shell walk you forward. It's not the sexiest thing, but it is very hard to establish a rhythm. And especially if you're somebody like Fluffy. Fluffy's not like some, fucking guru on the feet, right? So, yeah, I just think he's going to have a hard time imposing his game plan, man. And I think Strickland's going to end up winning this fight. I also think by decision as well.
Yeah. I think it's going to go the 5. I'm pretty confident with that.
I could see it being a boring fight. I could see it being relatively entertaining, but I could see it being pretty fucking boring too.
How about this? Give me a prediction for fight of the night. What fight do you guys see on this card that you think's guaranteed to be a fucking banger?
Ige and Costa could be a banger. I mean, Costa's looking pretty cool.
I agree, Bromo. I'm just worried that could end fast. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. All right.
Like,
who have you got for that?
I'm picking Melky Costa. I think I think it could go either way. To be honest with you, I think Dan Ige is the better fighter. He's just smaller and older, and Melky's on fire. I don't know. I think it definitely has fight of the night written on it. It just would be a shame if that fight ended early.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna go Chidi and Leal, honestly. No, actually, I'm gonna go Brahimaj and Punahele Soriano. Because I could see that being a bit of a slugfest on the feet if Brahimaj, doesn't play it super smart. And yeah, I don't know that it's gonna last super long either. But I was gonna pick Medic versus Neal too, but I think that's just gonna be over within the first round.
And no love.
I have a quick question about. It's kind of related to Danny Ige. Well, it is related to Danny Ige. We were having a conversation in my Discord server about Ethan Ewing. Right? Do you think he could actually get in the rankings? And I was saying I think Ethan Ewing could probably beat Danny Ige.
Ethan Ewing's awesome, man. I mean, obviously, last time out he looked amazing in his debut versus Wellmaker, right? He beat the shit out of him. That was great to see. I'll be honest with you, Bromo. I haven't watched enough film on Ethan Ewing to talk about a Dan Ige fight. Impressive what he did against the prospect, the likes of Malcolm Wellmaker. But Malcolm Wellmaker.
Well, we don't really know who Wellmaker is. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he's kind of like an aura farmer at this point, right? He's looking for one big shot, and it's like Dan Ige's not going to fucking fight that way. Like Ethan Ewing did well against that style. How would he do against like a very technical boxer, a super experienced guy? I don't know. Maybe
he has got a fight book though on April 4th.
Yeah,
Rafael Estevan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Bromo, it's possible. I would pick Dan Ige. Like if you right now made me choose without having to go back and watch film, I'd pick Dan Ige, and I'm fairly confidently. But I like Ethan Ewing, man. I think that kid.
I love Ethan Ewing, bro. After that fight against Wellmaker, I was just watching like this guy's fucking awesome. And then the very next day, he goes back on the fucking construction site. Just aura, bro.
They both did. So did Wellmaker, by the way, and they both posted that, which was cool as fuck. They made like a little montage of them both going back to work. MMA Toad, nice of you to join us, man.
Hey, sorry I stepped away from with a phone call, but yeah, that dude, his stock went through the fucking roof, and in a sense, they both kind of had that crazy, I'm a hardworking blue collar fucking fighter, and they both show up, similar traits, and beat the fucking piss. Obviously, with Ethan, it was his chance to do it with Wellmaker, but put him in front of any other opponent, and that'd be the matchup we would be begging to see. I think they would have crossed paths either way, given their backgrounds, and that would be a fun one to see. So,
I also I also hate that Dana didn't give him performance of the night or fight of the night or something. That fucked me right off. Like the guy that needs it, right? Yeah. Who did he give it to?
I don't remember, but it's always like the people on the main card, and like
I think it was the Islam Makhachev. It was Makhachev and JDM. I'm pretty sure he might have given it to Islam because if I dominated JDM, it was that card.
Like Islam needs $50,000.
Like they honestly both deserved it. Islam came up in weight 15 pounds, looked fucking insane there still, and then
but the problem with it, Toad, is like a lot of people saw that as boring, and it's like fine, I get it. You want to give Islam a bonus, cool, like just so he has like the record of this many bonuses. But it's just like he don't need the 50K. Like give him the bonus.
I agree. I agree. he didn't deserve it as much as the other guy for sure.
And then real quick, Zapper says Strickland Imavov 2 for the vacant belt. That's what he's hoping for. Vex says Fluffy's untested. As he said, Strickland subber decision, heavily leaning decision. In my opinion, Medic versus Neal will be peak. So that's his pick for fight of the night.
Someone's
And
getting knocked out in the first round there. I'm almost certain.
I'm down. And then he says next time we need Warhorse into this. Tell him. Send Warhorse this way. By the way, guys, fucking thumbs up. It's free to press that. So do it. And then also the subscribe button. That's also free, believe it or not. I know a lot of you guys think it costs money.
In today's economy?
Oh,
Yeah, it's free. And nothing's fucking free in today's economy. So subscribe button,
crazy.
press that. And then Instagram, as I said, the same way it's spelled on this YouTube, D107MMA. Guys, we are narrowing down. We have 7 minutes left. Harry from Pro Schmo Bets just texted me, said his phone died, okay? And he wants to wish you guys all good luck with your bets that he gave you. Yeah, guys, I think it's time to get the fuck out of here. I appreciate all you guys for coming through. I'm going to give everyone the floor for a moment here to kind of get us out of here. So MMA Toad, why don't you start us off? Hold on, check this out, though. Before, I want to do this for – nope, that's not how you do it. 1 second. Toad, you have the big screen, brother.
Hey, I appreciate you guys sneaking me on, and sorry I've been back and forth with being on call and stuff, but I'll say this, Fluffy, I really like him in this upcoming main event. His pressure over time does start to melt. He hasn't gone with somebody as true in 5 rounds or level of opposition as Strickland yet, in my opinion. So this is a huge test, but if it checks out like a lot of his fights, man, his props for rounds 3 and 5 finish are fucking insane. I'm talking like plus 3,500 long shot props. So I'm going to have some fun dabbling over there. I also dreamed that Medic, I don't know why, but last week I had a dream that Medic came out and just stormed with a first round knockout. And I don't normally dream like that. It was something that I was like kind of pondering in my head, like he's only really dangerous in that first round. Otherwise it should be an easy kneel. But the fact I dreamed it happened that way, I'm like, I'd be going against myself spiritually if I didn't like fucking like listen to this cue. So I'm going with that one as under 1.5. I'm hoping chaos on either side early. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy this card. It's pretty stacked. And much love, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
I don't have those kind of dreams, Toad. Mine are exclusively just my beautiful girlfriend, okay? Those are the only
I was
dreams.
going to say, why are you as a grown man dreaming of another? I'm just kidding, Toad.
Dreaming of fighting? I don't know. Maybe because we plug in and never plug the fuck out of this.
That's true. That is fucking true.
My life. I love this shit, man. Thanks for having me, for real.
Of course, brother. No Bromo MMA. Final thoughts and words.
it's really weird because I had a dream that me and Jiri were kissing. It was crazy. Oh, no, right.
Oh, fuck.
Right. Yeah, I'm going with Sean Strickland. I'm going with Jeff Neal. I'm going with Costa, D'Elia, Jacoby, and Zach Reese because I think Michelle Pierre is fucking garbage. And I know Zach Reese isn't that great either. Well, I think I know Zach Reese sucks, but I think Michelle Pierre sucks more. No hooker. I think and then honestly for the prelims, I don't really care about any of them. I just kind of picked what I thought would happen. I don't really have a mad breakdown for it, but I think Sean Strickland's going to get a decision win here. I think he's people are underrating Sean, man. I actually can't believe he's the underdog. I mean, like I said, Fluffy Hernandez, his best win is Roman Delidze and Michelle Pierre. Sean Strickland literally beat Adesanya. I think he beat DDP in the first fight. I mean, I think, it's up for debate. I think he clearly won the first fight, though. And, I mean, he clearly lost the second fight, though. All right. And I think he's still... It isn't like he's on like a decline. I think he's still pretty much there. So I think he's going to win this fight. Hernandez is going to get exposed. Or we could see Sean Strickland in another title shot. But I can really see them... If Sean wins, I can see them making him fight one more contender and then getting a title shot. But who knows? Maybe they'll give him the winner of KO and RDR, and then see who wins that one. I don't know. And also before I pass it back over, tomorrow I am going on Fight Society's stream. We're going to be yapping about this card. And other things, we're just going to be chilling and yapping about UFC. So make sure you're there for that. Thank you guys for allowing me on, as always.
There we go. Hey, shout out Fight Society. Also, what's up, Bromo? No love for your girl, Crispy Carly Judice.
Oh yeah, sorry. On my favorite fighter of all time, Carly Judice.
There we go.
Love her. Always have. She's my favorite fighter of all time. I never shut up about her. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I know. DS. So these guys are having dreams. What are your dreams?
I don't really have much else to add, to be honest with you. I feel like I've been yapping the whole time. Yeah, I'm going Strickland. I'm going. I think Medic Neal is first round knockout is a lock. Yeah, can't wait for Judice. It also can't wait for Cornell versus Edwards. Those are the fights that I have earmarked for sure. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say, man. It's actually not a bad little card, top to bottom. You know, looking forward to it.
And we are minutes away from Carly Judice versus Juliana Miller. I will say this, guys. I know a lot of people have been saying it, but they're not backing up. They're not backing up what the fuck their mouth is saying, right? They're not putting their money where their mouth is. I do believe Sean Strickland wins this fight. A lot of people are saying that, but the odds aren't changing. Tapology doesn't tell you that. I think Sean Strickland is another level to Fluffy Hernandez. I think he is the highest level of competition Fluffy Hernandez will have faced to date. And Sean Strickland, man, for what it's worth, his losses, again, yes, they're in the last few years. Yes, there's the Cannonier fight. He was robbed. Yes, there's the first DDP fight. In my opinion, he was robbed. The only two people that have beat him over the course of the last 5-6 years, Dricus du Plessis in a decision, and he got knocked out by Alex Pereira. I don't think that Fluffy Hernandez, even though I love the guy, is the level of those two. I don't think he has the power or the danger of those two, but we shall see. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. Bromo, MMA Toad. Of course, we had Harry from Pro Schmo Bets. DS, always. You know, this is our shit. We do this together. I appreciate you, brother. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for joining. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe. Check out Bromo. Check out Toad. Check out Harry from Pro Schmo Bets. Are any of you guys going live for the card today?
Nope.
I'll have the Fight Companion rolling here
Okay.
over on IG though, and I'll have it on YouTube as well. So IG and YouTube MMA Toad. But yeah, no, appreciate you guys having me as always. Always look forward to these when you guys are on, and love the content in between. You guys are fucking hilarious. I love your pods.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Likewise.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Let's go watch Crispy Carly Judice, baby. Come on.
Knockout. Second round knockout. Let's go.